What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Happy Friday to you and welcome to the funnest edition of your show. That would be the Friday edition. My name is Gary, your host, and I want to thank you for being here. And I also want to share with you for the third day in a row, we're the #1 ranked podcast on YouTube that not only has a dog featured, also has an ugly dude hosting, and 3 dudes under the age of 20 running the entire place. Yes, we do have the market cornered. Thanks to our good friend Wendy Brooks and Wendy Brooks Media and all the other people here that help out on this incredible team. And that includes this young lady right here. You know the show has begun when the Maggie Cam steps up. Ladies and gentlemen, the Maggie Cam. Here we go. Yeah, almost got it. There it is. Beautiful. The Maggie Cam. For our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle. Maybe if I say her boyfriend's name, along with Leroy. That doesn't even get her up. What about a nudge? Oh, no, too much nudge. Stay there, March. Oh, we lost her. Well, her boyfriend Leroy still loves her, and we all do too. Over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, along with Kirsten, Chris, and Shar. Everyone there, ready to make your day the greatest day in the history of pet shopping all around the world. It begins at Pet Planet on 8th Street. All right, so we got our Friday traditions around here. We'll be checking in with one half of the Commander Cookout podcast, as well as one half of the Past Our Bedtime podcast. But before we get there, we did something really, really cool last night. So there was a Rough Rider football game in Toronto, and it was an interesting one of those amazing, incredible games that everyone talks about, because a missed field goal ended up winning the game anyway. And I wanted to make sure we captured all the raw emotion that comes from watching a loss like that, so we now are so proud to bring to you our Rider Insider last night with post-game, I guess, reporting, but there wasn't much of it. You can see it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with LB. Hello and welcome to the post-games, the first ever, absolutely 1,000% legit post-game show here on your show. I got a Rider Insider in the house. His name is LB, the face that has built this place, the man that also runs this place, also the co-host of the viewing room with our sweet, beautiful dragon. And he is here now to try to make sense of what just happened mere moments ago, as this has been previously recorded. We are talking post-game. LB, I don't have to ask you how you're doing, because I know it's not good, brother. What went wrong tonight in Toronto for those Riders? Ooh.
A lot of things, really.
I think
it was a combination. Yeah, literally. You know, normally when we do these, I've had a few hours at least, usually a day or so,
to decompress,
to think about it, and go over my notes and read some articles to see what other people are saying, and
get some other opinions.
Yeah, right. Like, because maybe I thought the way something happened wasn't actually the way something happened. You
could have missed something, maybe.
I'm sure I do.
Lots
anyway,
of things can change with little what's that, afterthought?
Yeah, afterthought and just
might not be the best word for
reflection on it.
That's the one.
Reflection.
After reflecting on it for
after you really, because right now, like when we were watching the game, for the first half, I was feeling okay.
You should have been. They played good.
But I don't know what to say, right? And see, normally I'm past that point. Those two feeling groups have melded, right? But right now I'm like,
you this emotional in my life ever.
It's just,
this is something.
They're
there, brother. They're there. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
They're not.
Let's focus on the positives here. That defense stopped that offense 3 different
Oh
times
my God.
within 5 yards.
On the goal line,
One
we
time
just
on
kept
the one.
stuffing them
That's
after
insane.
stuffing after. That was
the guy that lost the game for you last week was perfect this time.
Oh yeah,
He
no,
came out
he
and
came
proved everyone he's
100%
back.
completion. But you know,
a lot of good.
I will say though, as much as the fact that we stuffed him on the goal line that many times, as much as
crazy.
that is a positive, that also is indicative of a negative.
Yeah,
because
they're
that
always
means we
getting
had to
there.
let them get
They're
there.
always
Right,
getting there.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So
bend but don't break, they call it.
yeah, but
They got
when we keep starting on our one,
that
you
was
know,
like even just down to the possessions and like starting whatever it is, starting possession time or whatever. Like how many drives did they start at the one? I guess 3 because of those 3 stops.
Yeah.
So then you're kicking it right back and they're still
and
in
then they're still in field goal
zone,
range
yeah.
right away, which is what ultimately lost us the game.
which is crazy.
So
I guess that was part. Yeah, wasn't a good game for the Riders.
it was not.
Trevor Harris.
know,
Tell
a
us
lot-
about Trevor Harris.
Well, I mean, he's back. I was expecting more from him. People are really not liking him, but I don't see it. I mean, was he great? No. Was he terrible?
No.
You know, is he
Trevor
better than Shea
Harris.
Patterson? I think a little bit.
How do you feel about Shea Patterson?
I'm not a fan.
No, I couldn't tell.
You know,
You just had to get that dig in there. a
no,
little
no,
bit.
I don't want to. You know, it's not that I don't like him.
I know.
I
know. I'm just.
I don't
bugging
think
you.
he.
Sorry, I forgot
he
you're
deserved
emotional
that
right now. I
that
apologize.
secondary
I
spot.
shouldn't be poking fun. This guy still loves Jake Dolegala.
I thought he was a better secondary than Shea Patterson.
I love going.
I
back
could have
to
been wrong.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
Tell us more about tonight. I know you're emotional. I know you're a little fired up. Your exact words that you texted to me on your way over here was, "I'm pissed." That was it. There was no ha-has, no lulls. This was legit. So I
Yeah,
said, "Oh
I
boy,
just-
we better capture this lightning in a bottle."
I don't even know what to say. This is going to be a
I've never
terrible
seen you like
review.
this.
All I'm doing is sitting here going, I don't know what to say. Because I don't. Like, I honestly don't. I don't know. I can't even provide insight as to what went wrong because I really don't know what went wrong. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people that are ragging on the play calling and, like, yeah, it wasn't great. But, like, I think we just got outplayed, if I'm being honest. Like our offense just couldn't keep up.
A lot of turnovers.
Like our defense has been a standout defense, and they were again tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point. But again, they also let them get into that goal line, those goal line stands.
You know, but it's the offense, you know, and there's, you know, a lot of people that are like, oh, you know, Corey Mace, get him out, you know, he's whatever, and it's like, not yet. Give him a chance.
You're supposed to wait a little bit.
You know, it's the same thing last week as
Only
with
in
Brett Lowther. People are like,
yeah.
oh, he
Chase
missed,
him
you
out
know,
of
he
town.
missed 4 out of 7.
outta here.
Get him out of here. It was one game. This game he comes out and does 100%.
Yeah,
You
still
know,
doesn't matter.
like, and you know, probably sound like a bit of a hypocrite because I keep talking about Shea Patterson and his inconsistency, but that was over the course of like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like I'm a little more justified with that one.
Okay.
But I don't know. And one thing I will say is that the Argos, they kept getting illegal procedure calls. I think there was 4 illegal procedure calls on them throughout the entire game.
Now, was that because they were feeling pressured by that defense? That nasty,
I don't know. It
stingy
seemed. I
Rider
think at
defense?
least 2 of them were on the same lineman who they mentioned was a rookie.
Ooh, that'll do it.
So, and the other thing that the announcers suggested, which I hadn't thought of, is that this was Chad Kelly's first game back. So maybe they're just not used to having that new voice behind them, or what? I don't know.
How awesome was it seeing him get smoked on that one play?
Oh,
He was like, "Oh my
It was
God,
just my grandpa. So my grandpa and I are watching the game, and we were just saying, "Oh, poor baby! Did baby get hit? Oh, you know, it's like, come on, you're playing football.
Yeah,
You know,
sorry,
like
buddy.
you know, I get you haven't played a game in
Yeah, that's
600 days or 300 days or however long it's been.
not a
but
good
like,
look.
but like when you get hit, and it was a perfectly clean hit. Let's clarify that it was a perfectly clean hit, and the I think it was Mike Johnson or what, I don't remember who exactly it was, but big guy. But he even tried, lower the shoulder, get the head out of the way. It was a beautiful,
right
beautiful
through it.
hit.
Awesome.
And it's just like
He just looks like such a douchebag.
he just
too,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
Yeah,
a douchebag. Like, he just seems like
like
whiny
me.
and
like douchey.
yeah,
But
but
mine's
not
not on purpose. He looks like he does it on purpose. Mine's natural. Hanging out with our rider insider, the great LB. You know him from the viewing room. You also know him as the dude that's real fired up and pissed off right now at your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Losing by a single point. Do you want to talk about the Rouge for a second, friend?
It's the Rouge.
Before you and I both said we were cheering when Ralu missed just this much to the left. Like, yes, going overtime. Here we go, boys. You can still get it. And then they do the most CFL thing in the world, celebrating after a missed field goal.
I don't understand why you get rewarded for missing a field goal. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
It's the CFL,
It just doesn't make sense.
You know, there's a lot of traditionalists that would argue with you saying that because the Rouge is the very thing that makes the CFL unique from the NFL. It's something everyone talks about.
No, that's not what makes the CFL unique.
I'm not
what
saying
makes the CFL unique is that we get 3 downs, a wider field, and a longer field.
And they used to have bigger balls, but then they shrunk.
Yeah, but that's what makes the CFL unique. Not the fact that we have Rouges. That's just stupid.
Ooh, that's a old person comment coming from a young man. You're starting to shake your fist a bit, boy. You better be careful.
Get off my lawn.
That's what it sounded like.
I will say we heard from the command center a little bit more tonight.
Isn't that?
I was, last week I said, I think they're gonna lay pretty low.
A little bit, yeah.
But they turned over a couple calls. They made it very hard for Toronto to score.
Yeah.
And
maybe
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Maybe some makeup calls.
But I find it hard. Mm-hmm. Now, I think they got the call right on the second one. The first one was questionable. The second one, they got it right. That one, to me, was clear and obvious, as they keep using. That's the phraseology they keep using. But I can't help but think it. Like, it just seems too, coincidental. Not to sound like a TV character, but I don't like coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, in this situation, it's just like, I'm
trying to think who the character is that you're quoting there.
Gibbs from NCIS.
Ah, yes. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure lots of characters have said that, but that's the one that it sticks in my head from.
The only reason I know any of those is because I always talk to your dad. I always used to at work all the time, and we talked about all the shows it's watched.
Yeah.
And then, a couple years after your dad left, I started watching all the shows that he watched. So I was texting him. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry I didn't get into it before when you told me to. I love this show now. He's like, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
So I know, very funny.
I keep on about the command center here. Because I think this requires discussion.
He wants to start a conspiracy.
No, I don't know. I'm changing gears now.
Okay.
I was saying to my grandpa, we were talking about the command center, how they kept interrupting. I'm like, it ruins the immersion of the game. And I know that sounds something like a weird thing to say when you're watching TV, which has commercials every 10 minutes,
Too many.
But I feel like when you're in the game, there's a flow to it, right? And you're there for the game. You just expect that the calls are going to be right. And so I understand that the idea of the command center is we make it a more perfect game. But this is the analogy that I was using. When you think about a pilot, like a commercial pilot, right?
Of course, yes.
The image that comes to mind to just average person is the aviator glasses, the sunset, jetting around the world, living the life. Yeah, right? Yeah. Just living the life. But what they don't show you is the 3 a.m. wake-up calls, the jet lag, the delays, and all that. And that's what this feels like to me with the command center.
Wow.
The football is that glamorous lifestyle that everybody sees. Yeah. And then the command center taking 5 minutes to review every single call is that 3 a.m. crew calls and the delays and the weather and all that, right? And
figuring out who to screw over.
And that's not what you're supposed to see, right? Like when you're flying on an airline, you're not supposed to see that. It's supposed to be an experience, and it's supposed to, right? And when you're watching football, it's supposed to be the game. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't really know. I haven't made up my mind on the command center.
It's in the game
because. EA Sports. It's in the game.
That was I was gonna say you gotta get lower. That was one of the best I've ever heard. EA. I can't even do it now.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
That was good. And Duel. And this guy doesn't actually. You play some sports games, hey?
I used to. I played, probably the sports game I played the most is NHL 06 on my PlayStation.
So good.
Because what I do is I set all of the advantages to me all the way, and then I choose the highest ranked team that I can, which is like a 94.
Yeah.
And then I choose like the lowest ranked team, which is like an 83 or something. And I just go to, I did lose one time actually. That tells you how bad I am at the game.
That says that you're not a big sports gamer. And
no,
I'm
really not.
Unless you consider flying games and flight simulator sports.
No, those are simulators.
Okay.
No.
That's the answer. Anything else you want to add about the big Rider loss? Are they still in first place?
No, I don't think we will. Right now the Lions are 5-5. And we are 5-5-1.
Oh, there's that one again. We were talking about this.
I guess technically we are still because of that one.
That one has
But they still have to play this week. They're playing.
Probably someone. Not forget Edmonton. I'm going to say.
I honestly can't remember.
It's going to be someone who's going to beat them.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
So I don't know. Nathan Rourke looked pretty poopy last week.
A little heresy.
I didn't watch the game. Other than the highlights, but it was
first game back. Just like Chad Kelly.
That's true. Like I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Like he only had a couple days to practice with the team, but from
this is the big one.
An NFL quarterback, you would expect better. You'd think,
but you don't call him an NFL quarterback. You've always called him a CFL quarterback.
No, I didn't. I said that I thought he should just stay as a CFL quarterback.
That's my fault.
I think that the quarterbacks who go down to the NFL and then come back into the CFL, it's silly, but
Maybe that for thoughts for another day.
Yes.
Hanging out with our man, the Rider Insider. His name is LB. I'm going to ask you the final question, and the one we always close it with, brother. I hope you did your prep work. Where are they at next?
Sunday at 5 p.m. No. Sorry, it's Monday. It's the Labor Day Classic it's Labor Day against the Bombers
Winnipeg.
At 5 p.m.
Are you sure Labor Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, but it's not next weekend, is it?
Well, it's the Monday.
Yeah, it is next weekend. Oh my goodness.
Or no, is it the?
No, you're right.
Or is it the?
Or maybe not. This is what I was.
No,
expecting.
do we play on the Sunday or the Monday?
I knew I was going to throw him off. I knew.
Okay. Here, I wrote it down. I wrote it down.
You did say you were going to.
Sunday, September 1st, 5 p.m. versus the Bombers. That doesn't sound right.
That could be the Labor Day long weekend, just the Sunday of the Labor Day long weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go. Next game for the Riders, the Labor Day Classic. Well, this will be good. Well, I have a bunch of great Labor Day Classic stories we can share. We'll do our own little Labor Day Classic pregame, I think.
Sounds good.
All right, LB, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.
That was some very in-depth.
I needed a place to get rid of my
some in-depth
of my feelings.
Analysis.
Yeah, very in depth.
Oh, there. That's about as angry as you're ever going to see our sweet, sweet LB as we continue on the Friday edition of your show. Want to give some love to all of our incredible advertisers and sponsors, as well as our shows around here, including Pulse Power with Aiden. You see every Monday that one drops today. Episode 14 of One Bad Podcast. As you can hear, Maggie loves it. So much awesomeness. The storytelling with Shane and KD, who you know from KDME as well, from the One Bad Son band. It's been going for 20 years. They celebrate 20 years of rock and roll there as well. Our buddy Kevin over at Hammer Time Roofing, our friends at PropertyGuys.com, our buddy Dax and his team doing great things. Don't forget to check out The Viewing Room. New episodes. Oh, it says right there, every Tuesday. That's good advertising. Very well done by the boys there. As well, Bamford & Co. podcast. You betcha. Wednesday afternoons, that one drops, and we are working on some new ones with them as well as we continue to move forward. And I believe we are getting ready for another thing for me to say about something cool. I got my buddy Brando here. You can't really see him right now. Uncle Brando, if you know him from the YouTubes. Are we getting any closer to a CCO, BBO on the CCO YTC? Damn it, I ruined it.
The BBO on the CCO YTC. We got to wait for a new set to come out. So we're waiting.
Okay, that's how that works.
It's going to be mid-September. We'll have another one of those coming up. But you know what else is exciting for DAM and for CCO is
Please
tomorrow.
Tell me.
We're going to go to the Gang Beating Fest.
Gambate!
Yeah, yes.
Tell us
also.
what it is. I've been calling it a Comic-Con. It's an anime con?
It's a local anime convention here. It's been progressively getting larger, and more people are kind of into it over the last couple of years since the
love to hear
bad
that.
times, and we have been invited. Ryan and I will be doing a panel at 3 p.m. talking
much
about the kind of
fun.
our story, where our podcast came from, as well as how you can go about making super sweet content like we're doing here and like we do over there on the show.
We even got some new signage from our good buddies over at 24-Hour Signs.
I think it's going to be a good time for people to come and,
gonna be a
and
great
check
time,
the
dude.
show out, and
Absolutely.
I hope to see everybody out there.
And you said 3 o'clock?
3
Going on?
o'clock for us, and we're going to be there sometime afternoon. We'll be shaking hands and babies too, and whatever you want us to shake, we're there for you.
Are you going to shake that thing?
Is that a dance move?
It's going to be.
I'm not great at dancing, but if that's what it takes, that is what I will do.
Thank you very much, Uncle Brando. Now we're going to jump right back into another interview we did about an hour ago with some very, very important people. Let's go ahead and roll that one there, Dragoon. The Friday edition of your show continues, and you know this guy right here. This guy has been on numerous times in a little segment we do called Zoomin' with Boone. His name is Boontis, and he brought a couple very special guests with him. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves there on the mic real quick. What's your names? What's going on?
My name is Jackson. And my name is Carson.
Okay, very good start. And have you guys ever been here before?
Nope. Nope.
Have you ever watched the show before?
Yes.
Ah, here we go. Are you excited to be on the show?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, now say something really funny. Wait for it. That's pretty good. Anything?
Squiggly diggly.
Perfect. Just like his dad. Such wordsmiths. Boone, how you doing, buddy?
Not bad, not bad. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being in studio. It's a lot better than Zooming, isn't it?
Oh yeah, so much like, it's good. Like otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to be on the show.
That's
but,
true.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's just not the same. I'm so happy and so grateful we can get you guys in here today to check things out. We're going to get the boys hooked up on the Arkanoid machine over there right away, do a couple of runs of that as we have that by donation from our good friend Big Boy, who is a speed run world record holder. Not officially, but we're going to be working on that in the Twitch stream. And he also just so happened to be the guy that built this entire studio right here, as far as the backdrop and everything. So shout out to Deb Finishing and that amazing Arkanoid machine we have on loan from his video game museum, which is very fun. So this is my dude. I've known this guy forever. He's got his twins. I know they don't look like it. Do you guys get bugged a lot about that?
Pardon me?
No one ever questions your twinnage?
No.
No?
Not really.
That's pretty cool. Man, you guys, I know they always say those kids grow up fast, but every time I see them, you guys look like different kids. I always think he's just switching them out every time he comes home.
We measured Jack and Carson against Grandpa.
Oh boy. I was going to say, they're probably right there.
With shoes, he's got them.
Yeah, well, you got some lifts in those?
Maybe lifting. He may be lifting.
Maybe lifts. Shout out to Pops, a.k.a. Grandma, a.k.a. the greatest dad in the universe, and the creator of the Marvy Wallbanger, which we really appreciate. So, and to Mama, Grandma as well. The whole family. It's been a dollsy day here at the studio as we were hanging out with your brother earlier. So, any thoughts or ideas that you get from watching the show? We have our 100th episode coming up on Wednesday.
Wow.
We're having a big celebration, so we're talking about any memories you have or anything cool or exciting that you experienced with the network. You guys got anything going on? Watching Dad be on there? I know it's a horrible question.
You like seeing your cousins on.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
And Maggie.
And Maggie, is she there?
Maggie.
Yeah, off on you.
They love seeing Maggie.
Maggie was the rock star. I knew you guys were here because I heard the door open, and oh, there she is. Look at her. Look at old Marge.
Aww.
She's not in her proper spot, but she's still quite happy. All I heard was, Maggie! And I was like, oh, sounds like the crew's here.
Boys.
So you enjoy seeing the cousins when Uncle Kurt comes by and gives some shout-outs and all that?
Yeah.
That's always good.
Got them thinking maybe they can get on here. So it's good to have that come
This
to
is
fruition.
this is the connections, you guys. Now the next step is, what more can you do here? Are you guys gamers at all?
I am. I play Roblox a lot, but I don't have a channel though. neither.
Ah,
Mom and Dad won't let me.
that's probably a good thing.
Got to keep it on lockdown.
Yeah, well, the internet's a horrible, horrible place a lot of the time. So I'm happy to hear there are parents out there who are making sure that kids are safe from all that. Now, your dad and I played a lot of video games growing up, and I dare I say we were pretty darn good gamers if it was Civilization.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Dad played a lot of Halo.
And Halo.
That was after. That was post Gary though.
My-
But yeah,
I was with Souk the Boot.
My-
I remember I got to a couple of those landline parties. We talked about those.
That's
My
how-
dad recently got the Xbox 360 out, and I started playing Halo 4.
Congratulations.
introduced them. To
Yes. And what do you think of it?
It was actually fun.
Well, this is
A
very
little
good.
scary at first, eh?
It's tough.
When
It's
you
tough
get
when you're out there.
immersed,
Oh, yeah.
right? And you're the first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they liked it.
This is very good. I know there's so much video gaming talent and skill within you guys, just from your lineage. So I would love to come up with a way, and I'm not sure how we do it, but to build our Twitch studio where we can have remote people host on it.
Yeah.
That might be the next step. And then you and I, we can Twitch together, which would be fantastic.
That's
and then the
something
boys
we can
Twitch.
work on.
Yeah.
We need to VPN. So
There you go.
'cause
Yeah, you're a network guy.
especially the old consoles, they need to appear as though they're local. right?
Yes.
But yeah,
This is
I can do that.
correct. Okay. Well, maybe we'll work on that. Anything else you guys want to say for your first appearance here on your show? You want to give a shout out to any of your buddies? Anyone?
Shout out to all my friends who play Roblox.
Yeah, Roblox.
And to Maggie, because she's
She's pretty cute.
She's a she,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's pretty
You
cute.
betcha. She's the cutest.
Okay.
She appreciates
Shout
that.
out to all my friends that I play with on Fortnite.
Ah, there it is. You know, I had my PS4 for a long time, and I'll be laughing in there. I got up to platinum ranking, and no builds on Fortnite. We're doing really good.
Oh, and shout out to people who play on Xboxes.
Hey,
Hey,
And
Influencer.
Nintendos.
I'm playing on Xbox.
Not a sponsor.
where's the where's the PS4s, the PS5s?
Hey, I play on my friend's PS4.
Ah, okay. That's fair. My dad
Honestly, it's
can't
just
see.
cheap dad doesn't want to buy them in console, man. That's
And
that's
there's
all it
nothing
is.
wrong with
And
that.
another shout out to people who also play Rocket League.
Ah, Rocket League. It's a fun one.
They play all the games.
Yeah,
They
dude.
go wherever their friends have.
You know that you can bet on Rocket League, like legally.
Really?
Yeah. Don't do it. Gambling's very
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. What would you do? Come on. Come on.
I'm just joking. It's not true. You can't do that. All right, boys. Well, I think you did a great job in your debut, and I look very, very, very forward to getting you guys in here again and to figuring out how to work together as we continue to grow this place and this family. So thank you very much to both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you to Dad for
Thanks for
stopping
having
by.
me.
And you guys were great. And don't be strangers. Hey, come back again soon.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
All right. There you go. As the Friday edition rolling on of your show, we've had an incredible run here as we get set to celebrate our 100th episode. That's going down on Wednesday. We got an extravaganza planned for that. Unfortunately, as we've been planning for that extravaganza, we've been doing a bunch of prep stuff, and it appears we've had some gremlins crawl into the line. But you know we love to turn everything into a positive here at the Dufferin Ave Media Network, and that includes when your equipment starts to hum and stuff. It allows you to use things that you've created for just this situation, things you've always wanted to show off, which brings us to our final, I guess, acknowledgement of the day before we roll into the weekend as we get set to fix all of this stuff up. We got a special screen here. Are we going to roll that, boys? Ah, look at that. I can even read it real quick. Oops, it's not you, it's us. The studio is being oh, it was little green men. I guess gremlins are little green men. That'll pass. Or some other technical difficulties occurring. We don't know, but Adam is real close to sorting it out. Are you really, Adam? Are you really? Well, we're going to give him an opportunity to do that. So on that note, we are going to head out for the day. Remember, we're at Gambate over at TCU Place tomorrow, 3 p.m., then back at it Monday, live at 4 p.m. Until that time, remember, karma is very, very real. Do good things. You'll notice they start happening to you. And take that into the weekend, and let's make this world a better place, all right? Have an awesome one, and we'll talk to you on Monday.